Hello everyone, in this video we will discuss regarding how to get 15 marks of 15 in the GATE aptitude section of a GATE paper. Okay, as everyone knows, GATE aptitude is common for every branch of engineering. Now, what is the conventional way of preparing for GATE examination? You download the GATE syllabus from the GATE website. You go through the topics, like this, you have your core subject as well as engineering maths. You go through the syllabus mentioned in the topic. You prepare the theoretical one. You also practice the exercise problems, and then you go for the GATE PYQs. Now, the problem with GATE aptitude is the syllabus of GATE aptitude is not properly mentioned in the GATE syllabus. Let's first understand what is GATE aptitude. GATE aptitude is a topic weighing around 15 marks in GATE paper. There will be around 10 questions, 5 questions of 1 mark and 5 questions of 2 mark. This will be there for every branch. From the observation of GATE papers, what we have observed is GATE aptitude consists of 4 parts. The first part is GATE quantitative aptitude. Second part is verbal ability. Third part is analytical aptitude, and the fourth part is spatial aptitude. Now, the highest weightage in GATE paper is for quantitative aptitude. Now, in quantitative aptitudes, you will be asked topics like number system. In number system, mainly HCF, LCM, or some simplification of some values given there. Then you go for basic arithmetics. When I say basic arithmetics, the topics like ratio, proportion, percentages, averages. Then there are applications like profit and loss, features and allegations, simple interest, compound interest, time, speed, distance, and time and work. These are coming under basic arithmetic. Then we come across algebra. So in algebra, you will be asked to how to handle a quadratic equations. Then some inequalities will be given to you. Then you will also come across data interpretation. Data interpretation is that there will be some bar charts, pie charts will be mentioned to you. You have to work it out. We will also have a topic regarding probability and permutation and combination. Let's come to analytical reasoning. Now, when I say analytical reasoning, I'm talking about critical reasoning, like some cause and effect. Statement and assumptions will be there. That is, some statement will be given and some assumptions will be mentioned. You have to check whether the assumption is true or false. Then we will have some syllogism concept. That is, some objects will be related by some words. Based on that words, you have to come to certain conclusions. Then arrangements and puzzles will also be there. Some peoples will be arranged based on direction, based on some other data, and you will have to solve that puzzles out. The third part of GATE aptitude is verbal ability. Now, verbal ability means mainly what I've seen in verbal ability from previous GATE papers is vocabulary. Now, in vocabulary, mainly synonyms and anonyms. Then we will have some fill in the blanks questions. That is, some grammatical questions. A sentence will be given to you in which there will be a small fill in the blanks. You have to provide the appropriate option to it. Then there will be some questions regarding grammar. So you'll have to understand the English grammar too. And then there is something known as reading comprehension. A passage will be given to you. Based on that passage, a particular question will be asked. Now, the fourth part in GATE aptitude is spatial reasoning. Now, spatial aptitude, when I say it's a very new topic. It came only after COVID. In fact, things were started around the year 2021. So in spatial aptitude, what we are discussing is mainly regarding paper cutting. That is, a paper will be folded in different shapes, and a small shape will be cut from the paper. When you unfold the paper, you have to answer what is the shape going to be. Then we will have some arrangement issues. That is, some spatial arrangement problems. How the spatial arrangement is, some dice or some other shape will be given to you. Either it will be rotated or either it will be given as a mirror image. You will have to understand which is the proper image matching to the given question. Now let's jump to the main part of the discussion, that is how to prepare for GATE examination. As I discussed earlier, there is no syllabus available. So we can reverse engineering the preparation. That is, rather than following the conventional method, let's start with a particular GATE paper. Okay, you take a previous year GATE paper. Let us start with the latest GATE paper. Once you take the GATE paper, you start with the problem. If you are able to do the problem, or if you are not able to do the problem, that's not the issue here. Just do the problem. If you are able to work out, good. If you are not able to work out, what we are going to do is we are going to the topic associated with that. Now, there are a lot of free resources available. If you want books, if your basics are very bad, I recommend books like R.S. Agarwal. If your basics are good, you can go for books like Dinesh Khattar. Now, otherwise, you can even go for materials based on CAT examination. Those are sufficient for GATE preparation. Okay, so using those resources, we'll be studying the topic. So what we'll do is not only solve that particular GATE problem, we'll go to the topic, we'll note down the formulas. In some textbooks, some tricks will be mentioned to you. We go through that, we understand the tricks associated with that problem, and then we try to solve 4 or 5 types. Now, initially this process may seem to be a bit of a drag. That is, the process will be tedious. That is, it will take some time. But let's say you target 5 questions per day. So you are covering 5 topics. Now, initially the process will be slow, but let's say you prepare for 2 papers. So in 2 papers, you'll be handling around 20 questions. But remember, in that 20 questions, you are covering around 16 to 18 topics associated with the question. So those questions now have been thorough for you. Now later on, after that second paper, later on when you start to prepare, you will realize that there are some topics which are getting repeated. So the beauty of this method is your revision is also done and the process starts to become faster later on. So this way you can actually target for 15 marks out of 15 easily in gate paper. See, what I've seen is, in that out of that 10 questions, 8 to 9 questions are below average level questions. It's a very simple below average questions which can be easily obtained. Only 1 or 2 questions will be tough. That's the reason why I'm asking you to not only prepare for the gate examination from the gate paper, I'm also asking you to use the materials to do what? Understand different types of problem. So when you deal with different types, you will come across some difficult questions also. Now difficult CAT level questions are quite difficult, so that is sufficient to handle for gate examination. Let me conclude the video. So preparing for gate aptitude is not a big task, but you have to consistently prepare it.